Now we are going to start with biasing schemes for BJT and FET amplifiers. First, let me tell you what is the biasing of a transistor. First, tell me what is the biasing? What is the biasing?
जैसे हम रिवर्स बायसिंग करते थे और फॉरवर्ड बायसिंग करते थे। रिवर्स
What?
बायस में हम करंट
Yes, it
कम
is
करते थे।
reverse biasing and forward biasing. But what is biasing? The biasing is a process of applying a battery across any device. It is a process of
यस मैम।
applying, supplying some and kind of energy or connecting a battery. This is biasing. So biasing can be further classified in two types: forward biasing and reverse biasing. Now, first we will discuss the DC biasing of a transistor. That if we have a transistor, we have already discussed the biasing of a diodes. In diode, we have forward biasing and reverse biasing. Same, we will discuss the biasing of a transistor. Now, this is the DC biasing, and as you know that transistor can operate in any of the three regions. In transistor, we have three regions of operation. One is active region, then cutoff region, and saturation region. Now, can you tell me how, if transistor is biased in an active region, how it works? It works as an amplifier, or it works as an open switch, or it works as a closed switch in active region.
मैम क्लोज स्विच।
No, in active region, transistor works as an amplifier. When we bias transistor in an active region, then in that case, it works as an amplifier. In cutoff region, as the name suggests, it works as an open switch because in this case, no current flows. And in saturation region, it works as a closed switch. So, in case in order to do so, we need to connect an external DC power supplies. In case of transistor, we connect two DC power supplies. In case of diode, we just connect one battery because in that case, there is only one junction. In case of PN junction diode, there is only one junction. So we need only one power supply. But in case of transistor, we have two junctions. Like it is emitter, base, and collector. Here we have one junction is there. So as we have two junctions, so we need two power supplies in case of transistor. So this process of connecting DC power supplies is called as a biasing of a transistor. Now, what are the factors that need to be kept in mind to design a biasing circuit? Now we will design different biasing circuits for a transistor, that how we can bias a transistor. There are different ways. So first, what are the factors that need to be kept in mind? First is the position of a Q point. I have also explained you this point earlier. Position of a Q point. The Q point should be, as I've told you, this is the load line. As this load line is plotted between VCE and IC. It is plotted between these two, VCE and IC. So this is known as the load line. So the position of a Q point, or a Q point is also called as the operating point. The position of a Q point should be adjusted approximately at the center of the load line. If I want to use transistor as an amplifier, if I want to use it for the purpose of amplification, then Q point should lie exactly at the center of the load line. Then we have a stability factor. We will also discuss this thing. Stability factor. Stability factor should be as low as possible. And then, as I have told you, that we have two junctions. So this junction, this is your emitter based junction, and this is your collector based junction. sorry, if I want to bias the transistor in an active region, as I have told you that transistor can operate in three regions. So if I want to use it for the purpose of amplification, then I want to bias it in an active region. In active region, how I can bias in an active region? If I have to bias in an active region, then this emitter base junction should be forward biased and collector base junction should be reverse biased. This thing we have also discussed in BJTs, that we have two junctions, emitter base and collector base. If I want to use it for the purpose of amplification, then this junction should be forward biased and this should be reverse biased. If I want to use it in cutoff region, then both the junctions should be reverse biased. And if I want to use it in saturation region, then in that case, both the junctions, emitter base junction and collector base junction, should be forward biased. So in this way, I can use the transistor in active region, cutoff region, and saturation region. Suppose if it is NPN transistor, if your transistor is NPN and I want to bias it in an active region, then here I will connect the negative of the battery, and with base I will connect to the positive of the battery. Only then this junction should be forward biased. After that, I want to reverse bias this junction. So as to reverse bias this junction, I will connect positive of the battery with N and negative with P. Then this junction is reverse biased. In this way, I can bias the transistor in active region. Is it clear?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
then now how I can plot a DC load line? This thing we have also discussed. So I'm just showing you here. To plot a DC load line, this concept we have already discussed. So if I am considering a common emitter configuration, normally we take a common emitter configuration. In common emitter configuration, your emitter terminal is grounded. As we have three configurations, common emitter, common base, and common collector, in mostly we prefer common emitter configuration. Why? Because the gain is very high in case of common emitter configuration. Because if I want to use my transistor for the purpose of amplification, then gain should be as high as possible. So common emitter configuration provides the maximum gain. So I use common emitter configuration the most. I have taken the common emitter configuration. In common emitter configuration, the emitter terminal is always grounded. We apply input at the base of the transistor and we take output from the collector terminal. See, this is your transistor, and if it I am taking, normally I take NPN transistors, you can also take PNP. So this is your base terminal, this is your emitter, and this is your collector terminal. This is NPN transistor. The direction of arrow indicates that it is a NPN transistor or a PNP transistor. If arrow points from P towards N, then it is NPN transistor. So in this case, in case of, if it is a common emitter configuration, then emitter terminal is always grounded. And we apply input at the base and we take output from the collector terminal. So here I have taken a common emitter configuration. Now I have to connect a battery across it. As I have told you, in case of transistor, we connect two power supplies. So same here, we will connect two power supplies. One is connected between base and the emitter, between ground and the input terminal, and another between the output terminal and the ground terminal. Input is the base. So, and as you know that if I want to use this transistor for the purpose of amplification, then my this junction should be forward biased. And this junction should be reversed biased as it is NPN transistor. So this is the P. P is the base. So this junction should be forward biased and this should be reversed biased. So as to forward bias this junction, I have connected positive with the base because base is of P type. If it is NPN transistor, then it means that N means your emitter NPN. It means middle is always the base. Means base is of P type and collector and emitter they are of N type. So as I have to apply the input at the base terminal, then I will connect positive of the battery with P because I have to forward bias this junction. Now I want to reverse bias this junction. Then in this case, my collector is of N type. If collector is of N type and I want to reverse bias this junction, then I will connect positive of the battery with the collector terminal. Because this is the rule that if I want to use transistor for the purpose of amplification, then my this junction should be forward biased, base and emitter junction. Base and emitter junction should be forward biased and this junction should be reverse biased. Clear हो गया? Now I want to plot the load line. I have to plot the load line. It is plotted between IC and VCE. Now look here, I will apply input at the base terminal. So IB is my base current and IC is my output current because I am taking output from the collector terminal. If it is your common emitter configuration, then input is always applied at the base terminal and output is taken from the collector terminal. For more details, you can follow your EDC notes. In that detail is given to you कि बीजे आपका कॉमन मीटर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन कौन सी होती है, कॉमन बेस कौन सी होती है, कॉमन बेस में हम कहाँ इनपुट अप्लाई करते हैं, किस टर्मिनल से हम आउटपुट लेते हैं. आपके पास होंगे नोट्स, जस्ट गो थ्रू दोज नोट्स. बीजेटी जो आपका ईडीसी में थर्ड यूनिट था, बीजेटी एंड मॉसफेट, इन दैट आई हैव गिवन यू द नोट्स बीजेटी के. You can follow those notes. So I'm just taking the here I'm taking the output part. This is your output side because I'm taking output from the collector terminal. So this is your output part and the voltage between collector and emitter terminals is denoted by VCE. Plus minus VCE. This is VCC, the DC power supply, and IC is the current flowing through this loop. Output current, IC is the output current. इसमें कंफ्यूज नहीं होना कि इसका एरो पॉइंट्स इनवर्ट is pointing inwards, then it is input current. No, this is the output current because current आपका ऐसे ही flow होगा because here you have a positive potential, so it will flow from positive towards negative. But this is the output current. So VCE plus minus VCE is the voltage between collector and emitter terminals. Now I have to plot a load line. For this, I will apply KVL in this loop. Can you tell me the equation after applying KVL in this loop? Just tell me. Can you tell me the equation after applying KVL in this loop? ICRC plus VCE is equal to VCC. यही आएगी KVL की इक्वेशन. But it's very simple. Current flow is flowing like this. इसमें यहाँ से स्टार्ट हो जाओ. ICRC plus VCE is equal to VCC या minus VCC लिख सकते हो is equal to 0. It is ICRC plus VCE is equal to VCC. ये KVL की इक्वेशन आ जाएंगी.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, नाउ यही केवीएल की इक्वेशन थी। VCC इज इक्वल टू VC प्लस ICRC, तो सारे एक साइड मैंने करेक्ट कर ली टर्म्स। देन यहाँ से IC की वैल्यू मैंने कैलकुलेट की, तो ये आपकी -1/RC VCE प्लस VCC बाय RC ये आ जाएगी द वैल्यू ऑफ IC फ्रॉम दिस इक्वेशन। IC की वैल्यू क्यों कैलकुलेट की है? बिकॉज जो हमें ग्राफ प्लॉट करना है, लोड लाइन क्यू पॉइंट जो हमने डिफाइन करना है, ये आपका जो ग्राफ होता है इट इज बिटवीन VCE एंड IC। On y-axis we take IC output current and VCE is your output voltage. On x-axis we take output voltage. So if you will compare it with the equation of a straight line, this, then it is y is equal to mx plus c. If you compare it with the equation of a straight line,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
then from here the value of y is IC. It means on y-axis we will plot IC. And on x-axis y is equal to mx, x is equal to VCE. Then on x-axis we will take the value of VCE. Slope is -1/RC, m is the slope, and slope is -1/RC, and c is the intercept. Is it clear? आपका जो c है ये क्या है? इंटरसेप्ट है, और ये आपका कब आता है? When value of x is 0, then you
Ma'am,
get the
y is equal to mx plus c। ये जो m, x और c है ना मैम, जो y है,
yes।
ये वैल्यूज, मैम ये वैल्यूज आप और समझा दोगे कैसे आते हैं?
मुझे इससे कंपेयर करना है इस इक्वेशन को इसके साथ। y की किसके इक्वल है इसमें? IC के इक्वल है। इफ यू कंपेयर इट विद दिस इक्वेशन, तो y की वैल्यू किसके इक्वल है? IC के।
यस मैम, मैम आ गया
x
समझ गया।
m ये है, x ये है, प्लस c is VCC by RC। simple, you just have to compare it with the equation of a straight line। so आपका जो ग्राफ आएगा वो कुछ ऐसा आएगा। here you will take VCE, here you have IC is on y-axis, VC is on x-axis. Then slope, as you know, slope is -1/RC. It means आपका slope ऐसे आएगा, ये line ऐसे आएगी। This line is known as the load line। जो आपकी ये line है, this is the load line। As slope is negative, then ये आपकी line ऐसे आ रही है। Clear हुआ? This is just the, we have plotted the load line। Then rest we will continue in the next class। The details of a Q point and biasing stabilization, that we will continue tomorrow। Just go through the notes of common emitter configuration। कॉमन एमिटर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के नोट्स देखना। ये जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं ये आउटपुट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स थी कॉमन एमिटर एम्पलीफायर की। फिर रिमेंबर ये कॉमन एमिटर एम्पलीफायर की आउटपुट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होती हैं लाइक दिस। Output characteristics means the when a graph is plotted between output voltage and output current for different values of input current। ये output characteristics होती है। Just go through the notes of common emitter configuration of BJT because it is linked with it। एंड हम आगे भी फर्दर जो भी हम स्मॉल सिग्नल मॉडल करेंगे, हाइब्रिड मॉडल, उसमें हमने कॉमन एमिटर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन ही यूज करनी है। सो एक बार वो नोट्स रिवाइज कर लेना। Rest we will continue in the next class। If you have any doubts you can ask me, otherwise you can leave।
मैम ये जो लास्ट में आपने ग्राफ दिखाया ना मैम,
yes।
मैम ये जो IB3 इज इक्वल टू 30 ओम, मैम ये न्यूमेरिकल है फिर कुछ
अच्छा, ये
उसके बाद?
हमने, अगर ये नॉर्मली तो आपका ग्राफ इतना था, IC इस पॉइंट पे आ गया, VCE यहाँ बिटवीन आउटपुट एंड इनपुट, एंड दिस इज योर DC लोड लाइन।
लोड
On
लाइन, यस
DC
मैम।
load line we will plot the Q
क्यू पॉइंट।
Q
क्यू,
point
यस
ना,
मैम।
yes this is। बट जो आपका ये ग्राफ है This is the graph of common emitter configuration, the output characteristics. ये कॉमन एमिटर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के आउटपुट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं, तभी मैं बोल रही हूँ कि एक बार रिवाइज करना। आउटपुट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होती थी, आउटपुट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स क्या होती थी कि यू प्लॉट अ ग्राफ बिटवीन आउटपुट वोल्टेज विच इज VCE एंड बिटवीन आउटपुट करंट फॉर डिफरेंट वैल्यूज ऑफ इनपुट करंट। इनपुट क्या होता था आपका? बेस करंट। सपोज आपने जब 0 माइक्रो बेस करंट लिया, तब आपका ये ग्राफ, ये लाइन आई आपकी। जब आपने बेस करंट को सपोज 10 माइक्रो किया, थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज किया, तब आपका VC एंड IC के बीच ये ग्राफ आया, ये लाइन आई। जब
यस मैम।
ये था, हमने डिफरेंट डिफरेंट वैल्यूज के लिए जब हम प्लॉट करते हैं, ये तब
यस
आता है
मैम,
आपका।
थैंक यू मैम।
ओके।
थैंक यू मैम।
ओके, अच्छा, यू कैन लीव।